Well, hello, this is Diamond from Diamond Shine Soap. Today we're going to be making a message in a bottle candle. Guys, if you want to make this candle, you need the list of supplies, the recipe to have a good hot throw, vendors, and everything like that. Click the link in the description box. It will take you to links for coaching and also my Patreon where this candle recipe will be located. Okay, so here are your list of supplies. So you're going to need these little bottles. I will post these in the Patreon. You can get them in bulk so you don't have to just buy just a few from a craft store. And you're also going to need a heart mold. This is a very small silicone mold, and this was the mini heart, so it's like two different size hearts, and I used the colors pink and I used like a lighter pink. Okay, so it was like two different color pinks for both of these embeds. So guys, while I'm showing you these embeds, I want to let you know that if you go in the description box, you can book coaching with me where I will teach you everything you need to make candles. Okay, so this is an iridescent jar, and this particular container, vessel, jar, whatever you want to call it, has a very nice big labeling area, so you can be very creative with the labels. I will leave my labeling template in the Patreon for you guys, but it covers like all the way up here, all the way to the bottom. You use 2 wicks inside of it. You can use 1 wick, but that will require a very large flame, and you guys know that large flames are very unsafe. So we definitely want to use 2 wicks, but we're going to use smaller number wicks. Okay, all right, so that is my Presto pot that I will be using today. That is one of them. That's the one with the spout on it. I don't use the spout. So guys, if you are starting candles out for the first time, you can go to Walmart and get a Presto pot, and you don't need, please, you do not need that spout. I definitely don't use it. It's there for no reason. I thought I needed all these things when I first started, but as I went along, I just kind of made a list of what you need and what you don't need. So yes, so we're going to just use some white plain wax. Okay, and I had a little bit of pink inside my pot. I know you guys can't see it. It was a little pink inside my pot, and that caused my wax to be kind of pinkish. Okay, but when I got to the top, I definitely fixed it because I wanted it to be white, because I didn't want to offset the candle with a color that just was not right. Okay, all right, so what you're going to do is you're going to go ahead and weigh out your wax, guys. And for my candles, I'm not a soy person. I kind of use a blend, and so that causes my candles to be really strong. Not only are they strong, I have a double wick vessel, and a double wick vessel will give you the most optimum scent throw. Okay, so if you can use like a double wick vessel, then that is good. And a double wick vessel is anything over 3.5 inches. So guys, I'm just giving you some knowledge. Don't just stick 2 wicks in anything, because you will have a fire. Okay, all right, so now what I'm going to go and do is I'm going to size up my little message in a bottle. I'm going to go ahead and type out my message, and I'm going to put that inside the bottle, but at the same time I'm going to look and see how far down into the vessel I need to go. Now listen, you don't want to fill your candle all the way up when you make it, because you don't want that message in a bottle be hanging out the top, because you don't want it to break off. So you want that thing to be inside the vessel, not over top, if that makes sense. Okay, so I'm going to see how far I need to go up with my first pour, because this is a 2-pour candle. Okay, we're going to pour 1 layer, let it solidify, then we're going to add our embeds and all of that kind of stuff on our second layer. Okay, all right, so now let's get down to the business. This is our wax that we will be using right here, and I'm going to take that wax and I'm going to melt it down. Let's get down. All right, so now I have my wax fully melted down. I'm going to go ahead and I'm going to add my fragrance, okay? And if I did not talk about the fragrance in the beginning that I will be using for this candle, I really love this Georgia Peach from Crimson Candle Supply. I am stirring my fragrance into my candle for 2 minutes, because if I do not do that, the chances are sometimes it just will not bind with the wax, and you don't want to make a candle and the wax don't bind with the fragrance. So Georgia Peach was really good, so I just want to show you guys that again. So here's my candle fully solidified on the top. Now we're going to go ahead and pour a second layer of wax. We're going to let that solidify, and now we're going to add our message in a bottle. Okay, so this is my message in a bottle. I have my message on the inside. Make sure you do that first and not last. It'll be pretty hard to do it afterwards, so it's best to do it now. Okay, now when it comes down to this particular situation, you don't have to worry about the wicks, because you want to arrange your candle and just kind of put everything, like right now, you could just take your time out and just say, okay, I want this to be right here, I want this to be right here, and I want this to be right here. So once I made the decision, I was like, okay, I want this to be in a far corner. All right, so my candle is solidified, but not quite all the way solidified, guys. I still have like the liquid part of the wax underneath the bottom, but on the top is a little solid. It's just about solid for that to stay in place. Okay, so now you're going to see, so I'm going to poke it through, and as you can see, when I poke it through, it don't move. Okay, and nothing is breaking apart. So that's how you want your wax to be. You want it to be to that place. Okay, and now as you can see, there's a big old crack on the top. And now I'm going to pull my wicks in, okay? So I don't pull my wicks in until I add my bottle, because, you know, of course, I needed to know where it was going to go. All right, so now you see that you want to press that down. That little bit of wax that kind of popped up when you put the pressure into putting the bottle in there, you want to press that into the wax, okay? Press it in. Now what you're going to go ahead and do is you're going to go and get your heat gun. And so listen, we are going to use a heat gun, but we're not going to use it so much. And, you know, because sometimes you can use heat guns and they get really hot and you melt so much of the wax on top where you don't have a hot throw. Because remember, when you're using a heat gun, you're applying heat, and what heat has the tendency to do, it burns off the fragrance. So we're just going to lightly use our heat gun just to kind of fix that spot where we kind of pressed our bottle into, to get it even so we can have a smooth top in the end. And also we want to put our embeds in, so we want to kind of wet the top as well. So don't just take the heat gun and hold it to it for a long time. I don't want you to do that. Okay, I just want you to do it to where as though it's enough liquid on top to where you can add your embeds and they will stick. Okay, so now what I'm going to do is I'm going to add all of my embeds, and I'm just going to find me a spot. Remember, do not take the heat gun and put it up to your embed, because it will bleed. It will bleed the wax. Okay, you will have pink streams running on the top of your candle. So you want to find spots where there is no embed. Spray that spot, because that candle wax will start running to other sides of the candle. Okay, all right, so I'm going to add one more embed, maybe two, and then after I add my embed with an S, I'm going to allow this to fully solidify. Okay, I'm not going to mess with it. I'm not going to bother it. I'm not going to do anything to it, guys. You got to be patient with this process. And I'm talking to my new candle makers, because honey, you guys are so impatient. I work with you guys and I'd be like, Lord, just give it a chance to solidify. I know you want to burn it. I want you to do, just wait. All right. All right. So I'm just going to go ahead and I'm going to put my heat gun on it just to make sure that I put a little shine to my embeds. And if I scratched them or something like that, when I do that, it makes it all even. It just, you know, melts those scratches and even everything out. All right, so that's how my candle should look on the top when I'm finished. I shouldn't see any bumps, any lumps. I should see a flat top. Okay, and now what I'm going to do is I'm going to sit it to the side and I'm going to allow it to fully solidify. All right. All right, so this is a better look at the top so you guys can see how flat it is. And it's finished and it's solidified, guys. And this was my, as you can see, that message in the bottle is not coming outside of the candle. Okay, so I twisted my wicks and this is the finished product, guys. I hope you enjoyed this video. Go ahead and hit that like, subscribe. I'll see you guys again.